If I were rich, I would travel the world.
If I won the lottery, I would travel around the world. If I were you, I'd take that opportunity. If it rained tomorrow, we would stay at home. If she studied harder, she would pass the exam. If I had more time, I would learn another language. If they lived closer, we would see them more often. If he worked faster, he would finish on time. If I didn't have to work, I would go to the beach. If I saw a ghost, I would run away. If you told me the truth, I would forgive you. If she spoke English fluently, she would get the job. If I were rich, I would buy a big house. If they invited me, I would definitely go. If we had a car, we would drive to the mountains. If I knew the answer, I would tell you. If he were taller, he would be a basketball player. If you asked politely, they would help you. If it snowed here, we would make a snowman. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't be here. If I lived in New York, I would visit Broadway every week. If she didn't care, she wouldn't call so often. If I were famous, I would start a charity. If you worked out regularly, you would feel healthier. If I could fly, I would visit every country. If they didn't argue so much, they would be happier. If I had your number, I would text you right now. If he listened to advice, he wouldn't make the same mistakes. If we won the match, we would celebrate all night. If I found a wallet, I would return it to the owner. If I had $1 million, I would donate part of it. If she knew his secret, she would tell me. If we lived by the sea, we would go swimming every day. If I didn't need money, I would quit my job. If I were a teacher, I would make classes more fun. If he apologized, I would forgive him. If I spoke French, I would move to Paris. If she weren't afraid, she would try skydiving. If it were sunny, we would go on a picnic. If they cared, they would call you back. If I could turn back time, I would change my decisions. If you saved more money, you would buy a car. If I didn't have kids, I would travel more often. If I saw him again, I would say hello. If she practiced more, she would become an expert. If he knew how much I missed him, he would come back. If I were invisible, I would sneak into concerts. If you studied abroad, you would experience a new culture. If I didn't eat so much junk food, I would be in better shape. If she had more confidence, she would speak in public. If I were the president, I would improve education.